This season on Big Homie, 11 homies entered the house with only one goal in mind: to win the $110.25 grand prize. Early on, an alliance formed between Maddex, Mike, and Brayden, called the Tub Boys. Maddex became an early frontrunner in the game, but he was eventually backstabbed by his best friend in the game, Brayden. After Maddex left, all eyes turned to Brayden as the biggest threat, but with the help of some clutch competition wins and his partner in crime Landen, Brayden kept surviving, despite the duo of Mike and Rib doing their best to thwart him. During the Final Four, Mike came through with a clutch victory against all odds in the Power of Veto competition, and he cast the sole vote to evict Brayden's number one ally, Landen. Tonight, 3 players remain: Brayden, Mike, and Rib. Who will win the final HOH? And who will they take to the end with them? Who will be crowned the winner of Big Homie 4? All this right now on the final episode of Big Homie!
That's finale night, baby! That's
GG.
finale night! That's finale night! That's finale night!
Is the final HOH is a 1 challenge or is it 2 challenges?
It's 3.
I didn't think I'd get this far, and I'm surprised. I'm surprised I've got this far. I've gotten this far with win equity. Because usually when I get far in game shows, it's just because I'm an off-backer or someone who's an easy beat. At this point in the game, I think I win against Mike. I don't see a situation where Brayden and I are against each other in the end. I think he beats me. It is what it is. I have to win this challenge or have Brayden lose. I can win the season if Brayden loses his challenge, and that's frustrating because I will be upset, to be honest, if I lose this round. I think I played a really good game. I don't know if I'll win. If the final challenge is some sort of like trivia about the season, I'm cooked. Because Brayden's taking notes. He's won all the sort of trivia challenges. If it's something that isn't, based around that, maybe Brayden will choke. Maybe he'll see the bright lights and fumble it out. It's his game to lose right now. Maybe it's my game to lose too.
We all play in the first one. The winner of that first one goes straight to the third, and the 2 losers play in the second. The winner of the second plays the winner of the first in the very third and final challenge, and that winner of the third and final challenge is the last HOH. Big ups, RIP, my boy Landen. You a real one. I couldn't get around Rib for the fucking life of me in that damn boat challenge, or I very easily could have won, I feel. So it was very annoying, but you a real one. It's now down to me against the Axis of Darkness. Or, I guess I'm the Axis of Darkness, I guess. I don't want to be the Axis of Darkness, but I guess from a lot of people's perspectives I am. So I guess it's me versus the Allied Powers, I guess. If Mikey wins, it will be done over my dead body. Mike has shown no care about this game. He's been very nonchalant to anybody but Rib for a good majority of this game, especially the back half. Been very annoying. He's ripped away spots from people that actually want to be here, and I don't respect that. I don't respect that kind of gameplay whatsoever. He should have self-evicted long ago with that kind of gameplay, and all of a sudden now he wants to wake up and play because he makes Final Four. Absolutely not. Not in my house.
This was the season of the arena, so I figured we'd bring it back to an arena at the end with a little bit of a twist. So, after being stuck in this house for 90 days, 12 hours, and 52 minutes, it's time for us to let you all let off some steam. In this competition, you will face off against each other in the arena, with a bit of a twist. You will all be invisible. The last one standing will move straight to the final round of the final HOH. Who's ready to play? Homies boxing.
We get one.
So
We're boxing?
Yeah. Oh, you start fighting now. Start punching each other or something. Oh!
Oh!
And Brayden has won, and you have secured your spot into the final HOH challenge. The winner circle. One of you will be joining here soon. To get a bit of a reminder of what you're fighting for, you will be remaking a famous screenshot from the winners of last season. You will race across the parkour with one map at a time, and when you have them all, you can start on your puzzle. The first person to complete their map puzzle secures their spot in the final HOH against Brayden. Who's ready to play? Winner's POV. I'm gonna count you down. Ready, set, go. Congratulations, Rib. You have won the competition and will be moving on to face Brayden in the final HOH.
Dun, dun, dun.
Andy, I'm sorry.
Sorry about what?
I told you I was gonna join you in the winner's circle.
Oh man, a lot of people told me that,
and I
but
didn't. Oh
it's all
well,
good.
shit.
But you guys have been chilling. You guys have been doing good. You guys are ready to think about who you might want to vote for this title of Big Homie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well let's just start off with this final three that we got. We got Rib, Brayden, and Mike. So let's start with Rib. You guys can just answer however you want. Give me some pros of Rib's game. What do you like about Rib's game so far?
I feel like out of the three, Rib has offended me the least, so...
That's true. Rib has offended everybody the least. He hasn't, like, he's made plays around, he's made alliances and stuff, but he hasn't really hurt anyone, like, directly. It's just...
Also...
Which is good.
Rib also did an amazing job, I think, of, like, working both sides. Like...
Yeah.
I always half felt Rib was working with me, and half felt Rib was about to shank me in the back. So, like...
Gotcha. Okay. And how about some negatives? What did Rib do that you guys just kind of aren't liking too much?
Vote me out.
Maddex.
Vote me out.
What the hell? I was in shock. I was angry. Why the hell did he vote Maddex out? We were fine. We had the numbers and everything, and he ties it with fucking. Oh my gosh!
I thought it was you.
So
no, it wasn't
Landon,
me.
you were the other vote for me.
Yes, I was.
Okay, I thought. Okay, I thought it was you, but I wasn't.
Yeah, I only did
No
try to
way.
get some good merit. Yeah, I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. It was so dumb. They thought you had better jury management, so they thought you were gonna win out for everyone else. That's what they said.
Yeah.
Who, Maddex?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, wait. So how does this relate to Rib? You guys think that Rib really screwed up? Like, for those of you who are mad at Rib, you think that Rib really screwed you in this game?
I think everybody who's here has been screwed over by Rib in some way or form, I'll be honest.
Wow.
So we
Okay,
have to-
so on one hand, you say Rib did a great job of putting himself in a middle position, playing both sides. But the negative side of that is that basically all of you feel like he did screw you. So that's an interesting
Right.
dynamic there.
Yeah.
I feel
Okay.
like
Yeah.
the way that he played both sides, he needs to own up how he did it on his own without having to deal with both sides. I feel like for him, he needs to plead to himself if he were to make it to the end on why he wasn't a threat. I feel like he wasn't a threat as much during the early jury stage of the game, where after Dia and I got evicted, I feel like I need a bit more with him in order to see where, if he were to make it to the end, I want to see where his true loyalty goes. Like,
Yeah.
how he was able to play the game on, like, after he survived the 4-3 votes.
Yeah. That's what I
on the
want to
Lions
hear,
Awake.
is I want to hear what he did during the final 10 to make it so that he barely survived.
Because he was close to being going home, had that one vote.
Close to coming home and didn't know who voted for him.
Yeah.
I was HOH, so I had no idea. So
Okay.
I lied to him the whole game. He never once knew.
Let's
No
move on
one
to
knew.
Brayden. Let's move on to Brayden.
Yeah.
So for Brayden, let's start off with the positives again. What did Brayden do right in this game?
He is pretty friendly and nice, I'll say.
Brayden,
that's how he is. But he is the type of person who willing to go behind your back.
Yeah,
Brayden
he
being
told me.
positive.
Yeah, well, he both negative and positive. He told me about people being against me, but at the same time, I think he voted against me as well. So like, he clearly didn't say like the best interest, just for like a warning.
Honestly, I have no ill will towards Brayden. Like he taught me the ropes of the game, but he never betrayed me once. We were all through the
Yeah,
whole
I
game,
don't
never
feel like I don't feel betrayed of him compared to like compared to like Rib.
Yeah.
Brayden is the only returning player. He should have been the first out.
Honestly, yeah, we talked about that. It's
Yeah,
funny.
Rob, that's a great point. How do you guys factor in that Brayden was the only returning player in this game and he's still in? Is that it's like a Boston Rob situation? Like, he
No,
made it to the
I
end.
think he's
It's definitely not a
he's-
Boston Rob.
No, I think
You cannot do us dirty like that.
I watched BB18 and BB19 with Paul.
Is it Paul?
Brayden is the
Paul?
total Paul of the season.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
he's
you'd say
Paul,
more
like-
Paul than Boston Rob.
More Paul than Boston Rob.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, so did we get through Brayden? Anybody have any more positives or negatives? I feel like those were all kind of mixed up in there, but
Okay, I will say, Brayden started winning a lot of comps in the late game. I know he didn't win much early, but he won the veto he needed to survive the HOH with the final four to guarantee himself, and that's it.
For me, yeah. I feel like for me, he does smart with competitions. Though I'm concerned because he's been working more with the majority, and I feel like he's been burning bridges. After my eviction, I don't know what went down, but I feel like he's burned so many bridges to the point, like, are you trying to play an honest game or are you trying to play an under the radar type of game? If he admits to that, I will consider, but right now, I'm not so sure with his decision right now.
Yeah, I feel like he's trying to play both at the same time. He's trying to play an honest game while also being underhanded, and I don't know if it's working out for him or not in the end.
I feel like for me, I think Brayden played this a bit worse than Rib. He played the honest game that he did more better than Brayden. I feel like Rib has a really strong possibility of winning this game if he realized that he could have a chance of taking out Brayden. But for right now, Rib is probably my higher chance of voting for him to win.
how do you guys value competition wins? Is that a big deal to you guys? Not a big deal? Somewhere in between each of you, like way up there.
It depends on what type of comp it is. Like, I think if it's like a mid HOH, it's more important than like an early HOH vote. At least Mike won the final veto, which is the most important. But I think Brayden winning the final 5 HOH Oh no, I mean the final 4 HOH and the final 5 veto, which guaranteed himself safety because he would have went home that week if he didn't. So he won the comps he needed to. Mike, the only other comp he got was the week 2 and Eye of Ender one, which was just people picking who got out.
I feel like it's not the wins themselves, like the comp wins themselves, but what you do with what you're
Socially.
given.
With the
yeah, like the
Yeah.
comps
Yeah.
themselves,
Yeah.
it's not impressive, and I wouldn't vote just based off a comp beast that made it to the end just by being immune the whole time. It's just like what they do with it strategically and socially.
I feel like Brayden is the Aiden Hodge of the season.
Okay.
I'll pretend I
So-
know what that means.
Before we get into some other stuff, let's move on to the final member of the final 3, Mike. First, let's go positive. What do you like about Mike?
Fuck Mike.
Nobody has anything?
Well,
All right. The one thing I will say is Mike is the only one of the 3 who never stabbed me in the back. He was upfront about stabbing me in the front, and I can respect that. I guess.
Yeah, the only reason he never backstabbed is because he made it clear that like he was never gonna be on your side.
Like, I don't know if that's for good or for bad, but like, you gotta respect the fact where I'm like, all right, I literally go up to him, Mike, you voted for me, right? He's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. you gotta respect the guy for being honest.
And if he makes
That's
it to the
fair.
end still being this honest kind of guy, would that garner even more respect among you guys?
Honestly, yeah. I feel like if you go into a social game, clearly showing that you like will fuck people over and you still manage to win. I don't know. I feel like that's like hats off.
Gotcha. So
at the same time, though, he was really dumb. He made some really dumb votes and plays or whatnot.
Yeah.
Like for instance, voting out Noodle. He was on our side, and it was ridiculous. Like I know, yes, Skull was
That
over
was
there.
yeah. I mean, that's a blunder by me, but also I think Mike is kind of like an emotional player, which kind of led to a lot of our downfalls in the end. Which, it is what it is. But I don't know.
I get on me and you, Noodle. Yeah, if once you watch the video, I promise you, I did vote Rob because Mike was on the fence about it, and I was like, okay, I need to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I originally was gonna vote Rob, but because he was so on the fence, I couldn't be a tie because I knew that Skull would get rid of you immediately, which would make sense because you put it up first week.
Right.
what do you want to see from any one of these final 3? Any of you guys can pitch in about any of the final 3. Something that they could say or display that would make your vision of them improve.
I want to see the fact that like the game plan that we think what they were doing actually was like what they're planning and actually worked, not like just a fluke or something that happened by accident. Cause yeah,
gotcha. So you want them to own their game, but also possibly like own their mistakes.
I want to know that their game plan was what they were doing, and not that they just accidentally stumbled into like doing some genius shit.
I want them to admit they didn't get to the end all on their own and claim everything, like that they're only there because of their amazing plays, and actually like credit some of the people here, be like, hey, because Rob helped me at this one comp, I'm still here, and blah blah blah, and not just like, I don't know, talk selfishly.
Okay, well, it seems like everybody is ready and eager for a great performance, possibly by these finalists. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing who even is the next juror, because this jury's not complete. We still got one more person coming.
In these last 127 days, did you really get to know your housemates? Well, let's find out. In this competition, we interviewed the jury, asking them personal questions about what has happened in the game until this very moment. Now it is your job to figure out which of the 2 answers is the real answer that your ex-housemates gave to these questions. Each question you get right, you get a point. End the game with the most points to become the final HOH of the season. Who's ready to play Homie's Courtroom? Dun dun dun.
This is such a crap comp. Oh, it's okay.
Let's start things off with Maddex. I asked Maddex what he would say surprised him the most during the season. His response was A, when Caelan backdoored me, or B, the fact that I lasted as long after being the host last season. Answers locked in? Okay, you both got it wrong. The correct answer was A. Please reset. Robster, when asked what his favorite moment of the game was, he said, A, when he stole the head from Brayden in the OTEV comp, or B, when I went from being on the block to winning HOH week 2. Okay, you all locked in? You both got it right. You both get a point. When I asked Caelan, I said, what would you say your biggest accomplishment in the game was? Caelan said, A, getting Maddex out after he nominated me week 1, or B, making it to the final 5 as the only girl. You both got it wrong. It was B. Kind of a trap answer, low-key. Okay. We're moving over to Rob. We asked Rob, what would he say was his biggest regret playing the game? A, trusting Landen too much, or B, putting up Robster on the block. Okay, you locked in? Okay, the correct answer was B. Rib, you have scored a point. The next question. What do you think, I asked Landen, what did he think was his biggest move of the game? Was it A, the Robster flip, or when he convinced Rob to turn against Robster, or B, when he backdoored Rob? Okay. Brayden, you got it correct. Rib, you got it wrong. We are moving over to the last question, everybody. When Dia was asked, who would you say had your back the most in the game? Did she say A, Rob the Gamer, or B, Landen? You both got it right, and we are moving to the tiebreaker question. Dun, dun, dun. So, here we go. In seconds, how long did it take every single person combined to complete the Homies Comics Challenge? In seconds. When I say go, please type in your answers. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. The times added up in the Homies Comics competition were 1,134 seconds, which means congratulations, Brayden.
Let's go!
You
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
are
Let's go!
the final HOH.
Let's fucking go! What did I say? What did I say? I don't know. What was it, week 5? No, it was week 6. I wasn't that confident week 5. What did I say week 6? I told you that if that move went through, you were looking at the next winner of Big Homie Season 4. It was a rocky road, don't get me wrong. I had to pull out and win 2 HOHs and 2 POVs in the span of 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I went out there, I won week 6 POV, week 7 POV, week 8 Final 4 HOH. Final HOH. To put myself here. I clawed my way here. Blood, sweat, tears, backstabbing, betrayal. I busted my ass to get here. I made this game my bitch. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for seeing what I could have done last season if I had not succumbed to some nasty lies. And this is proof to all of my former Season 3 players, Andy, Dell, Joma, everybody else. You made the right choice when you evicted me, because if you didn't, this is what you were looking at.
I had him. And he got like half of them wrong. He did. And I had the lead. And I couldn't do it. That sucks. It's like the tiebreaker came down to, who remembers times I should have taken notes. I should have taken notes instead of being AFK on the stupid results page. And I still came close. I came close. I was like 100 and so on. It's disappointing, really, because if I had just gotten that final challenge, you know, it's not over yet. Maybe by some miracle I'll be taken to the end, but you know, I just spent 15 hours to come up question short.
All right, Brayden, it is all you.
Here we go. It is now my solemn duty as the final head of household to cast the soul vote to evict, to select the final juror of the season. Start with you, Mike. You and I were good. We were allies from the start. Me, you, and Maddex were rocking that shit out week after week. There was nothing that could stop us. Week 5 rolls along, and the opportunity for Maddex to go home shows itself, and I just can't help myself. I get together with Rib over there to your right, and we put those 2 votes on Maddex, knowing Caelan was going to cast the tiebreaker. And that was when our relationship as allies ended. I'm sad it had to end that way, but I appreciate your laid-back attitude to this. It was, although sometimes I'll admit, a little frustrating, just thinking that you didn't particularly care about the game, but it was definitely nice to see somebody that wasn't as anxious as everybody else. You know, like a calming presence. For sure. And now to the lumberjack bro, the bear, Rib. We've been lumberjack bros since before we even walked in the house when I made the joke. And then we solidified it in the house. We did a lot together. We made big moves together. We were the unstoppable force, especially in the late game. But as time went on, I knew that, you know, you would have to pick Mike over me for your own game. And I get that. I hold no hard feelings towards you for that. You're doing what's best for your game, and I have no reason to be mad at you for that. And that is why, in this moment, I need to do what's best for my game, seeing as it is still going on, and as I would like to win. And I believe I have the best chance of winning against Mike, so Rib, I'll evict you.
Alright. It's been a real pleasure. Best of luck to you guys. I will catch you in the jury.
Bye, Rib. Who is bye? Bye, Rib.
Rib, welcome. Please come take a seat. Come take a seat. Right over there.
Oh.
Okay, you came just short of winning that final HOH, just short of making it to the final 2. Do you think you would have won if you made it there?
I mean, I don't want to say I think I would have won. I think I played a really solid game. I don't particularly believe in my ability to pitch to a jury, but I think if I was sitting there, I had a really good shot.
Yeah, you've been making moves for a very long time in this game, and as you recently stated, you were a backup. You found out you were going to be on this season about a week ago, and yet you almost won the whole thing. In my eyes, like you were a force in this game, and I don't know, I was very happy watching you. I think you made a lot of good moves, and you were out there cooking, man.
I appreciate it, too. Really, this was so much fun.
I appreciate having you here. But you are on the jury, and you will cast a vote to the winner of Big Homie 4, and we are going to get right into that shit right now. Hello, jury. Oh.
Am I not supposed to? Oh.
No, we told you to come over here.
Welcome.
That spot just felt like home, but it's
welcome, jury. It's been a long season. It's great to see you all, though. Might I say, it is great to see all of you. Some of you I've seen recently. Some of you, it's been a couple hours. It's been a while. But I guess the first thing I want to ask is, of the final 3, who do you think is going to be walking out of here right now?
I sure hope it's Mike.
I doubt it's Mike.
I could see Brayden, but if it's not him, it might be Pip. It might be Rib. Almost a Pip. Rib.
Yeah, it's definitely Rib. If
Wrong
Brayden
season.
won.
Okay.
I know
Probably
anyone.
Brayden or Reb.
Probably
Can-
Brayden or Rip, yeah. Even though I'd want Mike.
Can the final juror please exit the building?
Oh,
Moments
Fair
ago,
attack.
Brayden won the
Of
final HOH
of course.
and eliminated Rib. Mike, let's hear your opening speech.
All right, well, I'm open to answer any questions because I feel like my game isn't as out in the open or really like out there as my partner here. But I feel like throughout the first like half of the game, the first 2 weeks, and then the rounds after that, I feel like I was key like used to other people's games, and I could explain that through questions and throughout answers and other stuff. And I'm not really good at speeches. I'm more really good at answering questions and stuff like that. I'm really bad at speeches. I'm really bad at this. So yeah, if you have any questions, I'm here to answer it. And that's it.
First of all, thank you, Jury, for being here. I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you, Brett, for putting this whole thing on. You're wonderful. I love you. Walking into this house, I came to play a complete game. One that balanced strategy, social awareness, the ability to perform under pressure. I didn't need to dominate every week. I just needed to strike when it mattered. And that's exactly what I did. I won 2 critical power of veto competitions, keeping myself safe and controlling the outcomes when the stakes were high. I secured the final 4 HOH, guaranteeing my spot in the final 3. And when it came down to it, the final HOH, I got that too. Had the final choice and I made it. But the game wasn't just built on competitions, it was built on influence. I pushed for Robster's 5-0 unanimous eviction, not from a position of power, but by working every angle behind the scenes, getting votes aligned, making sure there was no room for doubt. It wasn't luck, it was strategy. With Maddex's 2-2 tie-breaking eviction, I was there to help orchestrate the tie, me and Rib, knowing exactly how the HOH would break it. I didn't just anticipate that outcome, I engineered it. And Rob Gamer's 2-1 eviction, I secured that swing vote by managing my relationships, making sure the right person made the deciding call. Through it all, I wasn't just reacting to the game, I was guiding it. I built trust, made bold decisions, navigated tough votes, while avoiding becoming an early target. And when the end game arrived, I didn't falter. I delivered back to back. I also want to take a moment to speak to Robster and Maddex. Robster, I know our connection was real. I meant it when I said I respected your game. But as the season progressed, I saw how dangerous your position had become, and I knew if I didn't act, I would fall behind. So securing a unanimous vote against you wasn't personal, but I know it still hurt. So I wanted to apologize to you for how that played out. And Maddex, your loyalty and intelligence made you one of the hardest decisions I had to make. Putting your vote to that tie wasn't something I enjoyed, but it was something I believed to be necessary to protect my long-term game. You deserved honesty, and I should have handled that better. I respect both of you, and I hope tonight you both can respect the game I played even if you were victims of it. I didn't float. I didn't hide. I made moves. I took shots, and when it counted most, I won. I played with intention, with fire, with foresight. So tonight, I'm not asking for your vote because I made it here. I'm asking because I played a game that earned it. Thank you for listening to me yap.
Oh, snap.
Okay, we're gonna start off the questioning with the first juror, Dia.
I can't believe
Oh shit, me? Okay.
Yes, you can ask one question, or you can ask them both one question. Whatever you want to do, roll it.
Alright,
it.
I guess I'll ask both of them. If you were to see what your biggest advantages were, what would you say were your advantages?
To be totally honest, I just think it was... I don't really know. That's a really good question, actually, Dia. I don't know if I really had any advantages per se over anybody here. We all had great games. We all knew what we were doing. We were playing well. It was just I had to keep my head low for as long as I can and keep myself within good graces within the person within power, and I feel like I put myself in those positions constantly, time and time again, to be in that position of safety with whatever week was coming. I made sure that I was in that position to be safe and not have to really worry about anything.
I feel like mine early on was making social connections, because early on, everyone's getting to know each other, talking. It's a whole new group of people. I feel like being that loud, laid back, and talkative voice, I feel like being just open to do anything, I feel like that was just a really big advantage to just show to other people, and just to people that I'm open to work with you, and just I could just do. I could be a tool for other people's games to help them and myself move forward in the game, and it was utilized more often in the jury stage of the game with Maddex and many others. So that's probably one of my biggest advantages.
Thank you.
Okay, next up we have the man, the myth, the mobster, Robster.
No, you can call me Legend.
Oh, okay. The legend has some questions for y'all. You can go ahead, Robster.
All right, my question is for Brayden. Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you straight up told me that you really felt bad about my eviction, pushing my unanimous vote.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like personally, I want to know more what led to me getting evicted by a unanimous vote. Is it based on your own game, or do you think it's part of the group? Because I feel like personally you have done it in a group, but I want for you to showcase why you stand out more than the rest. Because right now I don't know if you had any votes against you. If you did, that's insane. But I want your full honest reasoning with my eviction, because I want nothing but the truth deep down in your hearts. Because right now that just weighs my vote on you, man. You better lay it all out, or else you're not getting this vote from the legend.
I got you, Robster. It's a great question. With your vote, I mean, ultimately before your vote, I started getting worried because I was hearing that you were talking about this trio between me, Maddex, and Mikey, right? Mikey. And that was very worrisome because that was something that clearly was happening, and that was not... I didn't need, good old Robster going around starting to say all that, and the next thing I knew, I was getting one of the dominoes that fell because y'all wanted to get rid of that alliance. And so I started being a little weary, but at the same time, when we had our long conversation in the bathroom, that was still true. I mean, I knew you coming into the game. You're the only person I knew coming into this game. You're a very, very good dude. So I wanted to still make it far with you. And when you were renominated, that was a surprise to me, in all honesty. When you got renominated, I had not expected that outcome whatsoever. But then that's when, the unique opportunity presented itself, because at that point in the game, you were very clearly the prime target, you and Maddex at that point. And so I took it upon myself to go around to people who were probably a bit more on the fence about voting you out, or people that were like, hey, Robster's a really good guy, I don't want to get rid of him, because it was a whole Robster versus Maddex thing, and you were sitting next to Mike, right? So I knew that I had to vote you out, but I didn't want it to be a bloody vote. I didn't want it to be a stressful vote, because you and I both know that if I took that shot at you and missed, my head would have been on a spike. So I knew that I had to go around constantly to everybody, making sure that I was, speaking to them, being like, hey, Robster's this big threat, especially compared to Mike. Like, I appreciate that he's nice to you and everything, but if you let him continue, he's just going to continue being that threat, and then he's going to be sitting at Final 2, and you're going to be voting for him to win. So I know you're hurt, Robster. I would be too, but at the end of the day, it was a game move, and I respect your game so much that I had to make it unanimous, if that makes any sense.
yeah, I understand that your decision. If you would have told me this, I would have been okay with it. But the fact that you didn't tell me that still lingers on my decision. But for right now, I'll keep it open-minded.
You're right. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And sorry, not sorry about what happened in the veto competition in OTEP.
Yeah, stealing my head.
At least Nifty will be happy I took you out. Anyways, that answers my question.
Thank you, Robster. Next up, we have Maddex.
I guess I'll ask Mike Seven a question.
Man?
Oh, hey Mike.
What's up? Talk to me.
What do you? Very clearly, it seems like this Physorth guy thinks he's all that in a bag of chips. So, what do you think makes you better than him?
I feel like my ability to adapt. I feel like it was all one plan. I feel like it's my ability to adapt. I feel like in this game, I feel like I was very straight up with my plans. I was very honest as well, and I was very like straightforward. I was very straight when I was saying something. I would go straight forward with it. Like with you, I was very straightforward and honest with you since week one. And if I wanted to do something, I would try to go through with it throughout the whole week, and I'll try to enact that plan. But if it wasn't going through with it, I'll try to like flip it to another plan. But it does to attest to him. He did most of his plans did work through, but like most of my plans, I had to go on the block to do it. You know, I had to go on the block. The other person had to go home for it. You know, but I'm still sitting here, and I feel like that just attests to it. And even when he told me I had to start winning comps and shit like that, Final Four, I was on the block, won a crucial POV where I thought I would have went home there probably, and had to clutch up there. So clutch moments and the ability to adapt. Hell yeah.
Alrighty. Next up, we have, let me look, Rob. Hey, Rob.
Hi. Before I ask my question, I actually do want to try to clarify one thing, and people on the jury, feel free to disagree with me if you think so, but at least from my perspective, I was actually the one that brought up the fact that Brayden, Mike, and Maddex were a trio. And it's because of what Mike had said to me at one point in the game. But anyways, regardless of that, what I want to know is, I want you to rank 1, 2, 3 most important allies to your game. Who is your number 1 ally throughout the game? Number 2 most important, number 3 most important. And I want to hear this from both of you.
All right, want me to start? I feel like 1, it'd obviously be Maddex. I feel like me and him, we had a close connection from week 1, and we bonded, and we obviously saw eye to eye on a lot of things, and we could honestly we tried to work together on most things, and we tried to make a lot of moves together. Two would be Rib. In the late game, after Maddex went home, after that, I had to try to take a step back, try to like regroup myself, and then Rib was there for me. Rib kind of like picked me back up, you know what I'm saying? And me and Rib were like, we were kind of on a similar mindset. We were like on the same like wavelength, and we were trying to on the same like path to the final 3, final 4. And we were just kind of on the same, and we had to like make the same moves to get there, so we could like work the same way. And number 3, honestly, I would say the guy sitting next to me early game, even though we kind of like simmered away from each other, but early game we did work like close to each other, like really close, like really close to each other. Like the Tub Boys, we was close, and we made moves together, and and you know, he helped my game and I helped his.
For me, number 1 has definitely got to be Landen, because Landen and I were like touch and go definitely there for a while, but especially as the late game became, it was just, he was completely open and honest with me. He was giving me all the information he had, and then his HOH week when Rob went home was a lot of me convincing him what we needed to do. So Landen was crucial in me getting here. Absolutely crucial. After that, I would say number 2 would probably have to be I want to say Rib, because Rib was my lumberjack bro. He was my duo. We would, trade information, of course, but he was the other person who, like I said, helped me tie the Maddex vote, your vote. So without that, we wouldn't have been able to get Maddex out of here and open the path, per se. And then number 3, I think I'm stuck between 2. Part of me wants to say Caelan, because Caelan and I, we were the duo. We were the Rouge Alliance, because of the red. And her and I just made it far. Caelan was a number for me. I was a number for her. We were really cool with each other. I don't really think we voted together, but I'm trying to think. I did use my veto to save her. Like, she was a number for me, especially closer to the end there, when it was, me versus Rib, essentially, or me versus Mike. Like, she was the number for me and was very helpful and keep helping me maintain those numbers. But then I also want to say Maddex, because my entire early game was me and Maddex. Like, Maddex and I were a power duo for a good bit of that early game until I had to sadly backstab him. So I think definitely it would be Landen and then Rib, and then it's a tie. I think Caelan and Maddex are 3.
Okay, moving over to Caelan. Caelan. Hello.
Hi. This is kind of a little similar to one that Mike already answered. But at the same time, it makes you kind of talk bad about the other person. So it's fun to ask. I'm asking this for both of you, by the way, to both of you. What does the game from the person sitting next to you lack that your game has in order to sway the jury tonight?
I feel like I played a more well-rounded game. I feel like I played a more complete game. Strategic early on, strong social relationships, always delivered when pressure was highest, especially at that end game there. I didn't really rely on one phase of the game. I dominated all 3, socially, strategically, competitively. Maybe not dominated. I definitely did. There were definitely some flaws. I'll admit that. So maybe dominate isn't the right word. I did well in all 3, socially, strategically, and competitively. And I think that also coupled with, I just want to say, maybe stronger social relationships, a more outward appearance, just willingness to be present, if that makes any sense, puts me over Mike, because I feel like, no hard feelings towards Mike, great dude, but I feel like my moves were more potent, because obviously everybody made moves, right? That's what the game is, but I feel like my moves were more potent. They had a longer lasting effect. They got me farther, if that makes sense.
I would say I already said the ability to adapt. I'm spamming this like it's a fucking move in Mortal Kombat or some shit. But early on, I was like well inputted in the house. I was fucking socially well inputted. I was talking to everyone. I feel like I was in almost every conversation, and then I won that crucial HOH, and then it then turned to when Maddex got out. I had to turn my game to something else. I had to turn to like I had to be like, I would say like, I wouldn't say a general, but I went from a general and then I went to a foot soldier. So I played both games, and then I feel like he tried to play the general game the whole way, but then he struggled in that way. But then early on I played the general game, and then I went and played the foot soldier game, and I went and got in the trenches. So I had best of both worlds, basically.
Okay, Landen, you are up.
All right, hey guys, what's going on?
Hi, Landen.
I'm gonna change my question. I did have beforehand, but Brayden,
hi.
Why did you think not telling me you were one of the that you were one of the flip votes to me? Did you think I would not work with you anymore, or blow up, or have you lied to me more?
No, that was the only lie I told you.
Okay.
And I made sure to keep that lie going, not because I thought you would blow up, but because I did think you would stop working with me. I didn't think you would be as loyal to me as you were if I had told you that. I feel like as much as I wanted to tell you, and believe me, I did, I felt like you were, especially seeing how hard you were when you thought it was not me. I was very afraid that I was going to lose you as my strongest ally if I had, given you that information until now.
All right, I see. Yeah, thank you. Sorry, a little short and sweet.
Okay. Lastly, we have the final juror, Rib. You are up.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest, my brain is kind of mush at this point, so the fact that you guys are still able to form sentences in itself is kind of impressive. My question, I guess my question is, at what point in the game did you feel like you were a front runner, if at any point?
When did I start feeling like I was a front runner? I feel like I felt like I was a front runner, or I felt like I had a path to Final 3 in my eyes. Really towards Final 7, Final 8. Towards then, I felt like I had one. I felt like just the way my game was going and how I was like being used in like strategy talks and just like being nominated and just being put on the block, taken off the block, and just being used as the pawn. And I know pawns go home in Big Brother, blah 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 blah, blah whatever the fuck. And just I feel like just using that, having that mindset at like Final 8, and then just like seeing that, I just tried to think. I was like, oh, I have a way to get to Final 3, and then I just gotta fucking do my best from there. So I just try to think as positive as could be, and really started at Final 8. It started at Final 8. Yeah.
I kind of thought about it a little bit after week 5, after Maddex went home. I kind of was like, dang, I think I'm a little bit of a threat now after that. And then I definitely knew that I was up there after the next week, Rob Gamer going home. Because that whole week was Landen and I powering through that. And I knew after that it was going to be rough for me. And clearly the house agreed, because I was, public enemy number 1 from that moment forward after that week. Had to win a POV and then win the HOH and final HOH, because if I didn't win any of those comps, I would not be sitting here right now.
Okie dokie. Brayden and Mike, you have a closing statement you can make, and then we are going to vote, and then we're going to go to bed. Sound good?
Yay.
Good plan?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
When I walked into this house, I brought with me nerves, hope, and a lot of heart. I wasn't the loudest voice. I didn't win every competition, and I wasn't always in the spotlight, but I was always playing. I'm not reading this shit. Vote for me if you feel like I played the best game. I feel like I played a game that just was different than most. I feel like I played hard from the beginning, and then I played a different game in the trenches later in the game. And yeah, shout out to my dogs at the crib, man. That's my speech.
Hey, Brayden, close us out.
All right. Jurors and Brett and the production team, thank you all for your time. Jury, thank you for your questions and your honesty. The game's not easy. All right, let's be so for real. Every one of us at some point had to lie and trust somebody and compete and adapt. I know I didn't play a perfect game, but I think I played a real game. I made the choices when I had to. I won the comps when I had to. I played with intention. And, at the end of the day, we all played differently. So all I ask is that you vote for the game that you feel like deserves the win the most. You feel like, earned it the most.
Okay, so between the two and hearing what they have to say and everything, I feel like the one who I prefer like being winner. Wait, can I say it or not, actually?
Well, don't say who won. No, don't say who you're picking to win.
Okay.
Alright, you two. First off, it was a pleasure playing with the both of you. I had to really listen to both of your pleas, both your questioning and reasonings, but I feel like this person played their heart out, and that's who I think deserves my votes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Excuse me, Bear. Well, after hearing those two speeches, kind of crazy, but all I gotta say, Tub Boys for life.
Might start drinking Monster if this goes on any longer.
You know what, guys? I entered I came here, learned it was the two of you, and was mad. The more I thought about it, the more I realized I'm mad because I tried to get both of your asses out and you beat me, so fair enough. But, you know, you guys both did a great game, but I can only vote for one of you.
I'm voting for one of you. Yep.
Solid. Short and sweet, thanks.
Okay, Landen.
All right. I heard the speeches and such. I had my mind set this person won when they needed to and formed enough connection to be able to make it to the end. So, yeah.
Okie. And finally, we have Rib.
Okay. This is a tough one. Both of them helped me out a lot in the game, and you know, it's a hard choice. Ultimately, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, good luck to both of them.
Okie dokie. So, Dia has casted their vote for Brayden to be the winner of Big Homie 4. Robster, the legend, has cast his vote for Brayden to be the winner of Big Homie 4. Maddex has cast his vote for Mike to be the winner of Big Homie 4. Rib has cast his vote for Mike to be the winner of Big Homie 4. Rob has cast his vote for Brayden to be the winner. And Landen has cast his vote for... Congratulations, Brayden! You are the winner
Let's go!
of Big Homie
Let's go!
Season 4!
Oh my god!
Congratulations!
Do we come outside now?
Come on out! Yeah, come on out! Final 2, come on out!
Yeah!
I'm really happy you won that final H race to get the win. You deserve it.
Holy moly!
For the record, Caelan also voted for Brayden. Brayden, you have anything to say? Anything to say?
Thank you all for playing. I had such a great time. Oh my god. This is great. I'm so happy, but I'm also so ready to go to sleep because I get work in the morning.
One thing I would like to announce is America's favorite player. Congratulations, Maddex!
For real?
Oh, hey.
Let's
Yeah, we asked him.
I don't think the haters.
I don't think they like it.
Patch just got my back.
I'm a big Christmas guy. Truly the best time of the year. I think I'm about to sweep the floor.
I was a philosophical figure, aka a jobless bum, but now I do have a job. I work at a retail store, so I think that's going to be one of the big changes now.
I'm here to lock in and do what I do best, which is playing at challenges and getting really mad at people.
I want them to shoot the bear, not the bunny, because they want to get the big prize.
Hey guys, did Christmas come early or what?
This is tough. I haven't ever been in a position like this before throughout my entire game show career.